Well, figured I'd get on here and ask a question. You think I should buy a new hat? I mean, this is a work hat, okay? I mean, I've got other hats, but I think I should buy a new work hat. Just, whatever in the comments there. So, anyways, and it won't be much different than this hat right here. I don't know, it might surprise you. I might buy a hat that's pink or purple or something. You never can tell. Wouldn't that be something? Anyways, I'd forget to get on here and people always want a better. They want better. And usually the same's, but they want to have a better life. They want to go forward, not backwards. If they get a pay increase, they want that pay increase to actually do something for them instead of just hopefully keeping up with inflation or keeping up with their insurance premiums or keeping up with their taxes. I mean, you get a pay increase, but what the hell good does it do? It doesn't keep up with anything. I mean, it helps, but if it doesn't keep up with things, I don't understand it. You see, I've talked about stuff like this in my older videos, but I believe this country could have the largest industrial revolution it's ever had. It is in the history of the world. Better than China, everybody. The trades. And when I mean trades, steam fitters, plumbers, electricians, operating engineers. I mean, the list of stuff goes on quite a bit. I mean, there's like a shortfall in there of, last I remember, it was like 11 million. And they pay well. You get benefits and such. But there's going to be a lot of jobs being lost because of AI. And the government's going to have to cut employees. I mean, AI will take over a lot of the jobs at the government too, but it's going to have to cut. And I mean deep, deep cuts. It was interesting. I was watching a thing where some cops got finally, they got nailed for some felonies and got fired and so on and so forth. And it showed their base pay, overtime pay, this, and benefits. We're talking a sergeant. I think it was Anaheim, California. At that time, one of them was making like $267,000. Another guy was making like $283,000. We're talking about just cops. I mean, and the reason I bring that up is when those guys retire, they usually retire early. When they can. 55, 50s, usually retire sometime in there. They get the hell of a nice retirement and benefits the whole 9 yards. Now they got to pay this guy to sit on his butt, not do anything. They got to hire somebody and pay him all these benefits. And then there's another guy probably retired before that other guy, and he's still, he might be in his 70s now. Hell, it could be 60s, Hell, they might have another guy sitting there in his 80s. They might be paying three guys retirement, pensions, and one guy taking his place. That's a big burden on a community, because you're not just paying someone to do a job, but you're paying maybe two or three other people that did the job also, and they don't have that kind of money. This is why these places in states and counties and cities and such are going bankrupt. They pay an exorbitant amount of money, and I think being a sergeant, making that kind of money with benefits and stuff is absorbing it. I mean, that's just too much. I mean, more power to you if you can get it, but really stop and think about it. It's pretty crazy. And the thing of it is how long are they able to pay that? Because people in the community, their taxes are going to have to go up to keep up with paying these people's pensions. And we're not just talking about them. We're talking about skilled teachers, road workers, clerical workers. We're talking about anybody that works for the government, basically. So, when they're making that kind of money, you're going to have to lay off a lot of people. You may have to lay off 3/4 of the damn government, just so these people can get their pensions. And truthfully, the pension system will be weighted down so heavy it'll probably just go belly up. Because they don't have enough people paying into it. See, this is what I go back to. Yeah, the number's like 78 million. I just rounded off to 80, 40 million. About 40 million people have retired. Baby boomers. Still got 40 more to go. All these people are going to have pensions. Not all of them, but a good amount of them are going to have pensions, 401s, such as stuff like that. That's going to have to be paid. And with AI coming in, I don't know if there's going to be enough workers to pay for it. I mean, the whole system's pretty heavily screwed. But you see what I'm talking about when I say an industrial revolution? I'm talking about you basically start at the East Coast and work your way west, because that's how the country basically started. And there's a lot of sewers and mains and water mains and just stuff, just infrastructure needs to be replaced. Curbs, gutters, sidewalks, roads, bridges. I mean, it's a big list. And that's just infrastructure. So if you're a young man right now, or a young woman, and you want to get into something, get into the trades. And don't mess with that college, because a lot of people that have college are going to get laid off. They're not going to have jobs. When AI actually comes in and is fully implemented, there's going to be a ton of layoffs. You're going to be surprised who gets laid off. So I'm just talking about infrastructure right at the moment, but then you're going to have new manufacturing coming in, chip companies, car manufacturers, places that make things, companies that make things. And with that, well, it takes energy. So what are they going to do? Well, we're going to have the natural gas and the oil and such. Got to go at it, man. I mean, we got more than we know what to do with. Oil and such here. We're going to produce. We're going to produce a lot. Then they're going to start building nuclear power plants. A lot of energy. AI takes a lot of energy. Not only that AI does, but to power these plants and to build the materials for the infrastructure, it's going to take a lot of energy. There's going to be a lot of truckers working. There's going to be a lot of barges working. There's going to be a lot of railroad working, and they're going to need maintenance on all that stuff. Now, if you're a young man and you're not a chicken shit, get into go look at the merchant marines. If I remember right, 383 or 84,000, 384,000, something like that. That's what you'd be earning. Well, there's not going to be some AI thing out there running that stuff. I mean, you got to actually have men doing things, just like oil rigs. You got to have men doing things. You know, a lot of this stuff, you know, the conditions, something else. So yeah, you see, and the reason I bring that up is Trump knows how to do that stuff. I mean, he's a businessman. He knows how to do this. He did it once. He was showing people how to do it, and we were energy independent. We were selling it. He showed us he could do that, and he can do more. And I think he's got a good bunch of people behind him too, like Kennedy. I mean, this guy wants to go in and make what you eat edible that won't make you sick and kill you later on in life or your children. That's good. We need that. And there's going to be other people in it that he's going to advisors in his cabinet, whatever. That's going to be. It's going to do some good. When people sit here and tell us all this doom and gloom, because the reason I bring this up is I forget Citigroup, Bank of America, one of these big major banks. Oh, they don't see any growth in the United States in 10 years. For 10 years. I don't believe that at all. Not one bit. I think the rest of the world's going to be play hell to catch up with us and keep up with us. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of energy to produce the materials and to do the work. So, yeah, I think you're going to see it. And you start bringing manufacturing jobs in, good paying jobs. That's what we need. I think Trump's going to make a whole lot of changes. Harris, honestly, I don't think she's that smart. Biden is not that smart. And I'm going to stop there because the other presidents, well, they were lackluster also. And I don't care if it was Republican or Democrat, they were just lackluster. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, people, it's important to get out and vote. And I'm not telling you who to vote for. That's up to you. And God's will plays, you know. I mean, was it God's will last time Trump lost? Very well may have been. You see, people are looking at it wrong. Oh, he got cheated out of it. He got this, he got that. Well, he very well may have. But God also knows what's going on now, and maybe he says, now I want Trump in place for now. I didn't want him in place for then. I want him in place for now. Because now is when the rubber meets the road. Back then, they were still spinning their wheels. So maybe he needs someone like Trump to fall in now. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. So, if Trump loses, I don't think this broad's smart enough to do the job. I think she's. If you can be highly stupid, she is. Highly dumb, she is. Yeah. I mean, I know that's contradiction. But, anyways. Figured I'd get on here and just throw that out at you. We don't need more of the Biden Harris stuff. We don't need it. Same thing with their buddy, their crony, Obama. Yeah, we don't need more of that either. Or Bush Jr. Yeah, we don't need a lot of that. So, folks, I'll drop it there and y'all have a good one.